Hi, I'm Paola with HowAccessible.com, the blog with tons of resources and guides to make your life more accessible. For this series, we're going to be covering adaptive driving. We're going to show you what it takes to get behind the wheel if you have a disability that affects how you can operate a car. If you've ever seen a license plate with a wheelchair on it, or a placard hanging off a mirror, you've likely shared a road with a disabled driver. But what do you know about adaptive driving? Automobiles, whether a van or a car, can be adapted for a range of physical disabilities using a variety of equipment. Every case is different, and your setup should be tailored to your specific needs. A disability is any condition that makes the completion of daily tasks difficult using traditional methods. When it comes to driving, medical conditions that impact strength, movement, vision, flexibility, or coordination could make you a candidate for adaptive driving. The process of getting started with adaptive driving is different depending on your level of experience. A new driver looking into adaptive driving will need to obtain a learner's permit from the DMV just like everybody else. Once your state issues you a learner's permit, you will need to be evaluated by an occupational therapist who is certified by the Association of Drivers' Rehabilitation or the American Occupational Therapy Association. After evaluation and training, you'll be able to take a practical exam in an adaptive car to take your driver's license test. And once you get your license, you'll be able to start the process of modifying your own vehicle. Drivers who already have a license may also consider adaptive driving. Experienced drivers who can benefit from adaptive driving include those who have developed conditions due to age or recent accident or illness. Advanced aging can cause loss of flexibility or slowed reaction times. Injuries or recently diagnosed medical conditions can cause a loss of strength or a reduced range of motion. An evaluation may also be needed if you've experienced changes in your vision or if you've had an accident or illness that limits your mobility. I'm going through this process again because my current setup is no longer safe or practical for my needs. I was born with cerebral palsy, CP for short. CP affects how I move, how long I can stand, my arm strength, my hand strength, dexterity, and coordination. CP also affects my vision. It makes it difficult for me to recognize objects at a distance and affects my depth perception. I had started driving in 2013 after modifying my vehicle. But in 2015, I cut back on how often I drove and limit the duration of my drives because it was difficult to get in and out of the vehicle by myself. It also became more difficult to turn the wheel and manipulate the hand controls. There are some reasons why it's not only difficult, but also unsafe. The adaptive controls are no longer in an ideal position. The steering wheel is difficult to turn one-handed, which is required for driving with hand controls. And the mirrors are too small. Eventually, I stopped driving completely. But recently, I decided to do what it takes to get back on the road. My vehicle is a Kia Soul hatchback that I named Dorito because it's orange. It's a great vehicle if a friend or family member is with me during a drive. They can just pop the cushion off the wheelchair, fold it up, and throw it in the trunk. If I'm alone, though, it's much more time-consuming and difficult process to get in and out of the car. The doors are too small to lift my chair in and out while I'm in the driver's seat. Even if the doors were wide enough, my chair is too heavy to lift even when broken down. So further modifications are needed to Dorito, or maybe even a new type of vehicle just to get myself into the driver's seat. In this series, I want to share the information that I found while researching adaptive driving and some of the roadblocks I've come across along the way. I want to show you that it can be a fulfilling and enjoyable experience once you get all the red tape out of the way. Visit howaccessible.com or find us on Facebook at How Accessible. Thanks for watching!